Welcome, 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 everybody. We got another live interview here with Harrison First. Tuning in, man. I am super excited to have you here. I was very happy to hear the song. How you feeling today?
Well, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Like I said, a little under the weather, but good spirits, man.
Love to hear it. Love to hear. I love the lighting and the ambiance you got going in the background. Looks like a whole vibe. You working right now?
Always, man. Yeah. I'm in the studio right now. I'm in the studio. So I was out yesterday, having a little pity party because I was sick. And I woke up today, took the Ava. I said, bro, you got to get into the studio. So I was working on some new tracks. And yeah, just trying to stay active, bro.
I know how it goes. I know how it goes. So we went live yesterday with the song "You." We're gonna talk all about it. And then as far as I know, that like we're actually on DSPs and streaming this Friday, right?
Exactly. So NFT version of it went live on Monday. And then today, I break the news here, doing a free mint with Showtime NFTs, just of the cover art. And then on Friday, it's live on all DSPs.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it, man. So, as you guys hear right there, so if you pull up Showtime, anybody that catches this between now and the time we go live on Friday, pull up Showtime, pre-save it, you get a free mint of the cover art. Um, really emphasize the pre-saves. Even if you don't go through Showtime, you can still pre-save it. It helps everybody out quite a bit. Um, I want to get into the music a little bit. And I'm just going based off of what you've dropped on sound specifically, is a very different feel from everything else on here. And you talked about it on here that you're trying a new concept that you're calling energy spaces. Talk to me about that. What's that mean?
Yeah, so for this EP, um, what I want to focus on is affecting people's energy via, the mood of the music, the tempo, the key, and then identifying what colors are associated with that style of music, and then trying to theme it that way and seeing if people are affected in the way that I think they'll be affected when they listen to certain types of songs that I'm going to be dropping on the EP. And then as it relates to, the types of songs that I dropped on Sound, I actually did that. I did that on purpose. It was like by design. The music that you might hear on Sound or any other NFT music NFT platform could be a bit different than what you hear on Spotify or on any of these other DSPs. And that's just because I feel like I'm able to create more freely when I am, creating music NFTs as opposed to when I'm doing things, elsewhere. So that's kind of been like why I think a couple of the drops might have been like Afro fusion, Amo piano fusion with like some urban elements. Some has been like some uh my friend Enjol or Black Man who's rapped on a track where it's like super hard raps, but it has like orchestra and trap drums behind it. So the stuff on sound it has been like quite interesting, and I have been getting good feedback, which allows me to know that people really they like this type of thing. Okay, then I'm gonna make this type of sound maybe a priority.
Yeah, no, it shows the range, and I think that's super cool that you're able to range of it. I was a fan of 47. Yeah, like you said, it comes in hard. Tra is like crazy, like this stupid energy for that. You also is there's a lot of energy in it, but it's a different kind. Like it feels different. So, um, what was the mood? Like I know that you were trying. You want to see how it affects people differently, but you know, can you recall like the mood and like what you were feeling at the time when you came to be
For like any of these songs.
for you specifically?
Oh, when I how I felt when I came to be.
No, no, no.
That's a
The song you.
oh you see
Sorry.
my own song titles confusing me. No, that one is it's a this is the direction that I think I'm gonna be going in. This is gonna be like this is stage one. So I'm gonna look at this in stages of four. So this season or this stage right now is gonna be rhythmic type of drums that people can dance to, but it also has like this emotional undertone to it. and I want to be able to DJ these records. You know, some of the records I have in the past are like songs, and I wasn't able to really like DJ these songs and fit it into my sets. So, like with you, what you're getting is like a prelude to the vibe that I'm going to be going with for the next couple of months, 3 months. And with this record, I was really vulnerable. Like you'll hear in the beginning is like a little vocal sample that I chopped up and used, and the drums having it like Jersey club drums or Jersey club beat. I'm from Jersey, so I wanted to be able to incorporate that into my productions. And then I use real audio from you know clips that a particular person doesn't even know that I have of her. But it was like an intimate moment, and it was actually an enjoyable moment too, with some people, if you could hear the clip with people in that clip. So I started sampling myself as well from just stuff that I found on my phone, and I'm really happy with this song. Um, like for me, I think I've been able to find certain people that like certain songs. And then obviously certain people don't like these songs, but it's like sometimes it does well, even though like my friends or something might not like the song. But this with this song, You, I found that like my friends do like it and people in my close circles do like it, as well as the people who have really received my music in a positive light in the past. So I like this record. I'm even excited for the next one too, but I gotta focus on You right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I feel you. Well, that's awesome though, man. I mean, like that's really what you can do is make the music for you and what you like and what feels, the story you can tell. So I love the idea of the seasons that you mentioned on there. Is that part of like you had mentioned an EP earlier? Is that part of like the EP rollout? Like it's like a story of seasons?
It's a story of colors. It's a story of colors. So you'll notice that the theme for this one is pink. So like if people see some of the press photos like on my IG, I'm posting more stuff and stuff on Twitter. Like it's like a pink scarf, even got my neck painted like pink. And that color represents a certain mood. And I also describe it, in one of the promo um, clips that people can see what pink means to me at least. So yeah, that's how I'm kind of categorizing the rollout of this is like different colors. So different colors will have different themes associated with certain songs for this rollout.
Nice, nice. And do you have? I know like obviously everything's a work in progress. Do you have a like a date in mind for the EP release?
Of course, man. That the whole thing is ready to go. It's already ready.
Oh, we already kicked up, huh?
It's already turned in. This is the first time experiencing this. Usually I play catch up. So like I'm making the songs as I'm putting it out, and I'm like, all right, let me just make an EP, and I'm like rushing. But this was actually the first time where I said, no, I want to have everything done and then deliver everything, have that good to go. So now that I'm in the studio, I'm working on like for my next season, as this one is rolling out to everyone.
Dude, that's beautiful. Like, so it's a different focus then. So obviously, like you got to get the word out, the marketing out, but like to not be sitting there still trying to catch up, like that's got to be a huge weight lifted off, right?
Yeah, it's a big relief. It's a big relief. I was just talking to some other people in the studio about that. And like when because I work independently, but obviously I have some really great partners that I'm able to lean on. But when you're working like so lean and independent, um, kind of having like this tight schedule and making sure everything is kind of planned, it works out a little bit better, so that you can kind of put each stage in its own box and then get to what you need to get to next. So yeah, I like it. I like it so far.
Nice. No, I mean, like I think there's something to be said for it. So it's really interesting too. So I do like to look at kind of where your music, or not just you specifically, but like anywhere where people's music is distributed, and like your listeners, like your listener base, at least according to Spotify, is like so global. What do you think necessarily is attributed to that? So, like, it looks like the top spot, like, most streams come from Chile, and then London, and then Mexico behind that, then Warsaw, like, it's all over, like, it's really cool to see. I don't think I've seen such kind of an eclectic list on there. Where does that come from, you think?
I think it comes with my collaborations. That's how I've operated throughout my entire career so far. Although I am trying to target that a little bit more. But to be honest, it's like, when I work with my artist Angie, a lot of her fan base is like in some of it's like in Brazil, France, and Germany. So when I do a collaboration album with her, a lot of the people or the audience come from there. When I did a collaboration with this artist or this DJ named Quintino with Spinning Records, then that pulls in a whole new crowd. I'm getting like Holland and all the Netherlands and those types of countries. And then before, when I was just doing things on my own, New York and LA was popping up, but now I see that's not even popping up. So it's just like kind of all scattered. But like I said, like I prepared so much for this year that I am going to try to target a little bit more and be more intentional. The past years, I really just wanted to put out good songs that I thought were good. I was really super impulsive. So I would make a song, love it. I'm like, let's schedule for a release. Make a song, love it, let's schedule for a release. Not really thinking about, oh, does this person like it? Does that person like it? Is this going to work well in this country or in this city? I was just saying, let's make up a plan, and then we're going to cater to these people or cater to this country. So that's why it's a bit like all over the place with the countries.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though, and especially that means like you could pull up somewhere and have a crowd kind of wherever you go. So that's a beautiful thing too.
Yeah.
Um, One of the things I'm curious about too is because the way I first heard about you was a while back when you were doing the crowd fund. What did that, what was your experience with that? Like, how would you rate that whole thing? And then, like, what has that kind of helped you learn as far as like just the overall musical journey, not just necessarily Web3?
Yeah, like for that was a learning piece when it comes to like managing your community or just being able to be in touch with your community more. So like over the course of my Web3 experience, whether it's through crowdfunding, whether it's through like free NFTs or just getting people involved and trying to do things manually, I learned that you really have to be like super. Oh, sorry, why is my sister calling? You have to be like really super transparent because people have like a really vested interest in what you're trying to create and what you're doing. So for me, I think it was like community management, or that was like the biggest learning piece for me in trying to like manage that relationship and your time from trying to create and then managing expectations from people.
I think that's super important. I say that all the time to people. Like, really, the key to just about everything is just managing expectations. If people come in with the right expectations, not that you want to necessarily lowball, but kind of one of those things where, like, look, this is what you're going to get from me, and if I happen to blow it out, then I'll let you be surprised by it, and then usually it's a good reception with that. Um, how is that translated over to the Web 2 side though, right? Because it's not the same expectations at all when it comes to, like, the traditional streaming and shows and that type of thing. Like, are you able to take bits and pieces from the community management side of Web3 that you've learned and translate that into something tangible on the Web 2 side?
That's kind of what I'm trying to do, like literally do at the moment. I see other artists who came in later than me that has done a way better job with utilizing that. And let's say, for instance, they cultivate people, via Web3, and because it's really like this onus on like community, community, community. And even if you probably start out with not the intentions to build a community, you kind of just wrap yourself into it and you have one there. Just because I think the nature of this space kind of formulates in that way. And then they go and let's say maybe they get a deal in the traditional sense, like with a Live Nation or Rock Nation or Sony, whatever the case may be. So for me, what I'm trying to do is something similar, whether it's like, you know, being able to manage community kind of translates into bigger shows, or me being able to target more directly when it comes to like live shows with the community that I have built in Web3. But people who are not super like interested in Web3 kind of don't even focus on that community standpoint. They just want to see cool shit, or they want to hear good music. Um, whether it's like on Spotify or they're checking out stuff on TikTok. Um, So I kind of like separated the two, like fans and community. You know, I see it totally different. It is totally different. Um, uh, but in regards to like how I've been able to translate it, it's still like a work in progress, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think that's fair. That's fair though too. And I agree in the sense that like I think the expectations from Web3 is like they're probably the best way to use it. At least I've found, and obviously, like I'm on the fan side of things, is uh, when it works for you as the artist, right? Like there, you are able to cultivate a little bit of a like, a quote unquote relationship. Now, how personal that gets is pretty difficult to scale. Like if you're actually talking with people one on one, but, when you're able to kinda tap into, like, some of the emotions that you're able to invoke with the music, like what you're going for with the energy spaces and stuff like that, I think that that's super useful for you. Um, I love to see it, and, the fact that I'm even sitting here talking to you, like, it it's a big win for me, man, like, I'm a fan of just like you said, I just wanna hear good shit. If I happen to get perks along the way, that's really cool, and, you guys make good shit, like, a huge fan of what you did with Excelencia, um, can't drop all the alpha on what we were talking about, but I love that record as far as Real is concerned. Are you with the EP coming up, how much are you getting into, like, the vocals? Because I know, like, some things you're more on the vocals, some things you're less, like, are you diving into that more?
For this EP, I'm not doing any vocals. I'm not going to do any vocals. I think on one of the songs, I'm featuring a new artist. His name is Black Man, and he's a terrific like vocalist, rapper, lyricist. So I really want to focus on yeah, being the producer and trying to like develop things sonically. Um, I really do vocals when it's like the last resort. You know, I can't find anyone, or maybe I hear an idea that nobody else can kind of like kind of do. That's close into my inner circle. So then I'll do it. But for this EP, I'm going to relax on the vocal stuff, man.
Nice. Nice. And, I do wanna tell everybody out there, if you have not heard Harrison's, track with Black Man called 47 on Sound, you can pull up on that on Sound XYZ right now. You can listen to that. It goes crazy. Lots of energy. Will get you up and fired up, like, might need to be in the gym for that type of thing. That's the kinda energy with that vibe. Uh,
Yes.
One of the things I'm always curious about too, and I know you're working, right? So head down working a lot of times, but also, do you have anybody Web 2 or Web 3 that you would have like either be a dream collab situation or have your eye on to collab with?
Web two wise, like I really love like vocalists. So maybe like a Yebby, Tuvalo, Leaky Lee. Like I like those type of artists. Like even like if I can get in the studio with Miley Cyrus, like I think she's super dope too. Rapper wise, um, this might be a cliche, but Drake always comes to mind.
Yeah,
Um,
put it out
yeah,
there, man.
you know, Drake always comes to mind. And Web three, I feel like I am collaborating with some amazing people there already in that space. So it's that's actually another reason why I like both. It's all we're all in one world. It's all one space. But if we wanted to break everything down into different industries or whatever, let's say there's a Web two music industry and Web three music industry. Well, with the Web three music industry, it feels like more collaborations are like celebrated and kind of like it's more obtainable. So, I could Excencia could reach out to me or I could reach out to him or Esty, super dope artist as well. I can reach out to her, Black Dave, whatever the case may be, Daniel. I can reach them and they can reach me and we could collaborate like that if we want. So all of those guys and girls are, super great and talented. So I know I'm going to be, working with, any of those types of those artists soon, if the timing is right.
If it aligns. Yeah, yeah. I feel
If
you.
you don't mind.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the things I've seen, and I think you just kind of confirmed it there. It's more of the maybe the accessibility is the right word. It's just, the people that are already in Web3, like you reach out, like, hey, let's do it, blah, 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 get it going type thing. So I think that's probably, despite it all being music, the difference is kind of the accessibility of it. Um, Do you ever hit any of like the ETH conferences or any of like the NFT NYCs, anything like that?
Yeah, I did NFT NYC. That was an amazing experience. DJ'd at a couple events, maybe like 2 or 3, and got sorry guys if I sound nasally. Got to to connect
All
with
good.
some cool got to connect with some dope people, platforms. So I love it. You know, when New York comes up again, I'll go out there again. I'm a little bit biased because you know that's like an area I'm from, so I always go back to New York for that. That was actually only my first time this past the last one that happened. So good experience. And then we have like a super cool community, NFT community here. Actually, a Web3 community here in Stockholm, which is really cool. The people are building it up. Obviously, Spotify is right here around the corner, the headquarters. So it's cool to see like maybe some past engineers from Spotify and just some really forward-thinking tech people come to these things that we call like crypto cafe. We do it like once a month here. So I always try to make an effort to go out there. And then there's this really cool NFT project that's like around female empowerment that I like to get involved in their stuff. And if they have a little conference, I'll come out and speak.
Right.
So I think it's always good.
Yeah, so you're definitely on the scene. I was just thinking it's so funny because we hit conferences and stuff like that too. And I think there's a little bit overemphasis on like the talking and stuff like that. And like truthfully, like, sometimes people just want to pull up and have a good time. And like I feel like, that's where, Q Harrison type of thing,
You know Q
Ether.
Harrison?
No, I'm saying QU, right?
Oh, okay, okay. There's a Q Harrison. Okay.
No,
Sorry, man.
I'm in let's have Harrison pull up to like East Barcelona or Lisbon and
Yeah,
different stuff like that. Like, it's some
yeah,
warm
yeah.
weather for you. I know you're in Stockholm, bro. Like, I don't deal with the cold weather like that.
Ah, man. I don't even want to talk about it, man. Don't even want to talk about it right now. But it's not so bad today. It's not so bad today. Yesterday
Hold on,
was
what's
like,
not so bad?
uh, let me see, in Fahrenheit, maybe like, oh shoot, what is it in Fahrenheit? I'm gonna get it for you right now because
Yeah,
I think when you have
centigrade.
like when it gets like super harsh, weather's here, the moment it kinda lets up, it feels good. Oh, it's not bad at all. 40 degrees, man. It's like 40 degrees.
Woo.
Um,
Yeah, man, I live in Atlanta. That's too cold.
oh, a couple days ago, it was 20 degrees. Yeah, yeah, and the wind was crazy.
Nope. No, like I said, I'm down south, man. That's too cold for me. Well, look, bro, I appreciate you. Like, I won't hold you up too much. I do want to encourage everybody again. There's a couple ways you can do it. If you go to Showtime, you can pre-save there and you get a free NFT from Harrison. It is the cover art. If you don't have Showtime or don't want to be bothered with going on there for whatever reason, you can simply just go to one of the links in Harrison's tweets. We tweeted it out from Huddle In as well too. Pre-save it there. It makes a big difference. You'll like the music. If you don't like the music, fumble through the catalog. There's all sorts, lots of different sounds, very diverse sounds. And I believe, Harrison, you're Harrison First on all platforms. Is that right?
Yep, Harrison First everywhere.
Makes it nice and easy, man. Look, I'll give you a chance here. Like the floor is yours. Anything you want to say to piece us out with?
Alright, guys, well, the free NFT is out right now on Showtime, NFTs, so that's gonna be an open mint for 1 week. You're able to yeah, mint for free. It's the cover art of the song "You." And the cool thing about it is that at the end of the week, we're going to raffle off 1,000 first tokens to a random winner who collected the free NFT. And First Audio is you're gonna have access to this little platform I built called First Audio if you have 1,000 first tokens. So check that out. I think I just tweeted about that. Yeah, man, the NFT, the actual music NFT is out on Sound.xyz. We have 50 editions. But if anything, check out the song. If you don't like it, listen to something else. But if you do, just message me and say, "Yo, I like this song."
Yeah, yeah. Tweets and retweets count too, guys. Like throw those out there. Um, I was a little bit late on the pull up on there. I think I got edition number 2 on sound. Somebody beat me to number 1, but um it's not too
Oh,
late.
I
You can
appreciate
still pull up. It's very affordable in terms of ETH prices, 0.02 ETH. Not hitting you over the head for nothing. Harrison, I appreciate your time, man, and I'm sure we'll be up soon. Thank you, and I'm excited to hear the rest of everything as it rolls out.
Man, thank you, bro. I appreciate you and thank you for having me.